It's NBA action on EA Sports. Alongside the former Chicago Bulls guard, Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, these guys are ready to go.
And people at home can't see me right now, but I'm stretching my arms, I'm stretching my legs. This is going to be one fast-paced game. Let's get to it.
This booth is all stretched out. The players gearing up. Let's get ready for the opening tip. Here comes the screen. Cleaning the offensive glass. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Strong finish for Paul George.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
And the basket good at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
And finishes strong.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Irving. Kyrie Irving. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Leonard drains it. 3 points. Irving with the basketball. Down a point. To Durant. Cleans it up. Offensive board to Irving. To Jordan.
And I love when great coaches make their players play these games. Pop does it with the Spurs all the time. He doesn't want their players to see 24 seconds on the shot clock. He wants to see, let's get 24 stops in a row.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Irving into the front court. Down 3. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving, great feed. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
George knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Irving, knocks it down from 3. Leonard, down low George. The monster stuff. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Lets it fly from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. Kawhi Leonard. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. To Durant. For 3, and Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Leonard gets it in the right corner. To Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. Kyrie across the timeline. Down just a couple. Durant. Kevin Durant. 3 for 4. Good start. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Leonard. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Irving had made his first couple, but he misses there. Williams across the timeline. Leads a bucket. To Leonard. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers have the lead. One quarter down, and Jay, you know both coaches wanted to see more stops on the defensive end, but was that fun to watch or what?
Well, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. Great ball movement, great shooting, great passing. But my goodness, has the defense been horrific. Can we do something about that, please, in the second quarter?
Here comes the screen. Defense making the ball handler work. Clippers have got it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as he'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
Have you considered enrolling your son or daughter in one of our summer basketball camps? Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Here comes some changes. Kenny Atkinson turning to his reserves. Dinwiddie into the front court. His team down 9. To Durant. Nothing going here on that drive. Here's Durant for 2. Off the mark. Well contested.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Runner here won't go. Probing the defense. Leonard. A pass stolen by the Nets. To Durant. Fires the 3, and Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
George. Tough matchup against Durant. Paul George. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
And counted at the rim. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Leonard. DeAndre Jordan able to recover with the block. Into the front court, it's Irving. Down 6. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was...
Whoa!
Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Durant, tough matchup against George. To Jordan. Deep right corner. Durant. And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Irving brings the ball up court. Fires the 3, and Kyrie Irving makes good from beyond the arc.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Five seconds to shoot. 4-3. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
From long range, and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. It's LA Clippers ball. Here's Leonard for 2. Rebound comes down to Brooklyn. Here's Irving into the front court. 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. Kyrie Irving. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
George matched up with Durant. To Beverly. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Flushes it home. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So the difference, 3 points as we've reached the break. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third.
I got him. Let's go.
Rises for the slam.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
To Dinwiddie. To Irving. Off the assist. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
You know it's good.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George. And count the basket inside.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Durant with the basketball up top. Leads just a point. Dinwiddie against George. And he knocks it down, Jay.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
And they retain the possession. Irving to Jordan. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Beverly into the front court.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Leonard to Beverly. George had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Durant across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
DeAndre Jordan with a piece. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Leonard. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Irving to Jordan. To Irving. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Durant. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Irving with the basketball. Up by 6. Cashes in for 2.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Deep left corner. Kyrie Irving lines it up for 2. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Leonard. The hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Leonard Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Irving into the front court. Up 6. Oh, whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Patrick Beverly, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. First foul in the final 2 minutes.
Irving to Jordan. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Durant. He has had the hot hand tonight. He's now 6 for 6 from beyond the arc.
And I say keep feeding him the ball. If he's not going to miss, let's make sure our offense centers around him. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Paul George is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. Second of 3 is good. Kevin Durant has it. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. And that one out of bounds off a net. Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Third quarter comes to an end with the Nets in front. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Leonard, that right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his follow through.
Beyond the arc for 3. And Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
George, textbook defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys leading by 14. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Leonard. Rebound taken in by the Nets. Into the front court, it's Irving. Looking to make something happen. Down low, Durant. Throws it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
And Kawhi Leonard, good on the quick release there.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. So Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Spirit our team website for more details.
Here we go. Here we go.
Entering the game for Los Angeles. Number
Leonard to Paul George. Leonard trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Here comes the screen. Irving lobs it up, throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
So much about passing is about the pace of the pass. Sometimes you need to dart the pass through the gap. Other times you need to have a feathery touch where you can loft the ball up for your player to dunk the ball. That pace is everything in this game.
Clippers have the basketball. George against KD. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
And Jay, they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
stepping in for
Kyrie. Jumper's good.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Lets it fly from long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Here's Irving into the front court. They lead it by 14. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And Kyrie Irving, odds are he hits that 9 times out of 10. Wide open 3 is good.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Irving with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Has a look. Can't connect. LA Clippers with the basketball. Can't connect from in close. Irving into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. That won't go. For 3, can't blame the defense. Mo Harkless, tough 3.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. To Leonard. George. To Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Fires the 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. George. Message received. Well defended. It's the Nets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.